I've got several tips when you're first starting out in Ashes of Creation. So let's get straight into it. I don't really want to mess around with intros and stuff. So tip number 1 is going to be get onto your character screen and fill all of your slots. Let me show you something here. So if I go into my magical offense and I unequip this, you can see that even though that's on my melee, my total magical power is in fact affected by this. So when you're in your first starting room, have a look around. There are in fact weapons in here. So we've got like a spell book, we've got a shield, we've got a scepter. Make sure you pick up all of these spare pieces of loot because that is going to give you additional damage early on. I think this only counts as half a tip, but make sure you speak to the tradesmaster Hermit just to bring the map up here. Obviously you kind of start up in all of this building here and you'll kind of come down to the west. You want to speak to this guy. He's going to have a quest for you that helps you to get your first mount. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. I already have that up on the channel. So if you do need that guidance already here on the channel, just go into the videos. You'll be able to find it. That's just going to speed things up for you. And it's going to give you some additional money, which is going to be very important for the next tip that I'm about to show you. With your mount now available, make sure you get plenty of combat in. The quest should take you around this way to get it finished. Fight as many of these goblins as you can and then come over this way as your level rises. This is going to give you plenty of combat experience and allow you to start picking up glint. So make sure that you are picking up all of the loot as you're going along because we're going to need this to sell to a vendor. And this vendor here, let me just bring this up on the map to make sure that we've zoomed out and zoomed back in. This is at the laboratory, okay? And we're going to go ahead, we're going to sell some glint here. Just make sure you've got a little bit. You don't need tons, just so you've got enough. Scroll down and go to the scroll that most reflects what you need. Now, almost every class can use most of the stats. Wisdom, for example, is not necessarily for healing. So if you are a healer, you're still going to want intelligence. If you want to do more healing with your healing abilities, wisdom is relative to mana, so probably wouldn't take that. Strength is going to do your physical damage, constitution, health. So lots of really, really nice stuff in here. So make sure you pick some of these up. In fact, I'm still using them now, even at level 20, because why wouldn't I just have 7 intelligence? Hopefully you didn't blow your load on the last tip, because after that what you want to do is move to the northeast to where I am now. So you can see this is where the laboratory was, just kind of cut across onto the road, and then to this vendor here, where if we speak to the cook house vendor, we are also able to get a relative salad. So there is the fresh salad for the physical power rating and the magical power rating from the fruit salad. Again, this is basically just free stats. People are using this pretty late into the game right now because we just aren't able to craft any better than this. So stock up on that, and now we are able to add significant damage to our character. In fact, even without finding new gear, you've added damage on your offhands, and you've added damage through 2 buffs that you can now use as you are in combat. The best thing about coming this way is that actually fighting enemies to the north of us over at the Nikai Bray ruins or the Koralok area, these are actually humanoid enemies, and if you just kind of slowly grind your way across this, you should find that it's pretty easy for you to reach level 10, which is rather nice. And once you reach level 10, if you haven't already had the gear drop, make sure you go to a vendor and get all of your gear upgraded, because gear is ultimately what is going to dictate how strong you are in this game. So there are gear vendors all over the place, and being as we are heading north, you can come over to Winstead right here, grab yourself some level 10 gear from the general trader. So if we zoom in on this, you'll find the general trader somewhere around this corner in the marketplace zone. Go ahead, go over there, grab yourself some easy loot, and you'll be able to feel more powerful from there. And on the subject of leveling, I obviously don't have any footage of this right now, but make sure that you are fighting enemies a similar level to you, right? Me fighting this level 5 Raven is going to do absolutely nothing for me, so there's absolutely no point. And fighting enemies too far above your level, you're actually going to get a reduced amount of the XP. The same thing goes for parties. If you're in a party with someone 5 levels above you, XP is rated in a way that the higher level you are, the more of the XP share you're going to get. So if you're level 16, you're fighting someone level 21, you're giving them loads of XP and you are missing out. Try to keep a party within 2 to 3 levels of each other, and that is just going to help you out a lot. Let me know in the comments if you think there's anything I missed or that you think people will like, and I'll catch you all in Verra.